What's up, dudes? It's Andy here. So today, this is another Transient Era showcase. This is the GG1. As you can see, it says Amtrak on it. Well, the GG1 was used on Amtrak during its early years, before it was from to Penn Central, then Conrail, then New Jersey Transit. Now a little bit. This was before the SDP-40F took over, because the GG1 was beginning to show its age, because it was built between the 1930s and it was 40 years old when it happened. Now the GG1 was a class of electric locomotive built for the Pennsylvania Railroad in the northeastern United States between 1934 and 1943. So this was during the 1943 was during World War II, so I think it was to help the war effort or something. GE and the PR Altoona Works built 139 of these GG1s. Also, this one is part of the Congressional back in 1965. The Congressional was shot between New York and DC. The train used an electric locomotive for power because, overhead wires. Now the designer was Raymond Loewy and Donald R. Donner. Also, the designer was GE itself. Altoona Works built the most GG1s, on 24 to be exact, and 15 of them built at GE. And the height is 15 feet over two lockdown pantographs, one in the front, one in the back. The locomotive weight is 475,000 pounds, or for those of you outside the U.S., 250,000 kilograms. And the fuel capacity, it used electric power, fuel was for train heating. This was before head-end power, before the amphi coaches arrived. Coaches for Amtrak use steam. Used for fuel or for train heating. 424 U.S. gallons of fuel for train heating. The water capacity, it was for steam heating as well too. 2,000 gallons of water. The electric system was 11 to 13.5 kilovolt, 25 hertz AC catenary system. Also had dual pantographs, like I said, one in the front and one in the back. The transmission was AC current fed via 22 position piston transformer tap chargers to pair traction motors geared by a coil drive. The train heating was one oil-fired 4,500 pounds an hour steam generator. At passenger speeds, the maximum speed for passenger service was 100 miles an hour. Freight is 90 miles per hour because it's a speed difference. The continuous power output is 4,620 horsepower. For a short duration at 65 miles an hour is 8,500. The tractive effort is 65,000 pounds of force, or 201 kilonewtons. The operators were the Pennsylvania Railroad, Penn Central, which is the Pennsylvania Railroad, and New York Central, Conrail, Amtrak, you see right there, and NJ Transit. The first one was back in 1935. That was during the Great Depression, and it was during the New Deal era. This is during the FDR administration too. And the last one was in 1983. If you don't believe me, look up. Hold on. You can look up. Hold on, I'm not gonna do it because copyright issues. You can look up GG1. It's the GG1 Big Red. It's the last locomotive yet. GG1 American Classic 1 of 4. It talks about the last run of a GG1 itself. Some of the incidents. On January 15, 1953, train 173, the overnight Federal from Boston, was approaching Washington behind GG1 4876. The train passed a signal 2.1 miles north of Union Station between 60 and 70 miles an hour. The engineer decreased the throttle and started to apply the brakes. When the engineer realized that the train was not slowing down and applied the emergency brake, had no effect. So, had faulty brakes. He sounded the engine's horn, signaling, hearing the horn, and noting that the speed of 4876 forward ahead to the station master's office. 4876 negotiated several switches without derail at speeds well over the safe speed limits. Entered the station at around 35 to 40 miles an hour. The train demolished the bumping post, continuing through the station master's office into the concourse, where it fell through the floor to the station's basement. Thanks to the evacuation of the concourse, there was no fatalities in the station or aboard the train. A temporary floor was erected over the engine and the hole it created for the inauguration of Dwight D. Eisenhower. 47.6 was eventually dismantled, moved to the basement, and reassembled in Altoona. It survives at the B&O Railroad Museum in Baltimore. Also, here's the accident. The Federal Express. Thank God, that's a good thing I didn't. It's a good thing I didn't write on that. Here it is, the Federal Express train ran the Pennsylvania Railroad. At different times, its route is taken across the Hudson River via car float, the Poughkeepsie Bridge, and Pennsylvania Terminal Railroad. Also, the final routing was identical to today's high-speed Northeast Corridor. Well, it was not for FedEx. Well, it's no overnight service. Well, another example of an overnight service passenger train was the Crescent. Seriously, I've ridden on it twice, and it's pretty good. Time at 8:38 a.m. The Capital Subdivision. I think I have a rail fan there, though, but yeah, it's between. Well, it's operated by CSX, so it was over. Well, the cause was braking failure. 43 injuries. That's not bad. The accident was determined to have caused by a closed angle cock, a valve on the front and rear of all locomotives and rail cars used in the train's air brake system on the rear of the third car in the train. The handle of the angle cock has been improperly placed and contacted the bottom of the car. Once it was closed, the air brake pipe on all the cars bound to close the valve remained at full pressure. Keep the brakes released on those cars, while the brakes on the locomotive and the first three cars were applied in emergency. The major electromechanical breakdown of the GG1 was caused by a blizzard which swept across the northeastern U.S. in February 1958. The storm put nearly half the GG1 out of commission. Excessively fine snow caused by extreme low temperatures was able to pass through the traction motors, air filters, and into electrical components. The snow melted and short-circuited the components. About 40 units, the air intakes were removed to a piston under the pantographs. Also, here's Amtrak number 904 westbound at Harriston, New Jersey. Well, in the late 60s, the PRR with its 19 surviving GG1s merged with the New York Central to form Penn Central. After its creation in 1971, Amtrak purchased 30 for $50,000 each. Well, I don't know how much in today's money. At least 21 of which 11 were used on New York and Long Island branch commuter trains. Amtrak renumbered the purchased GG1s from 900 to 929 as a solid block, later numbered to prefix 4. Also, the E60 replaced the GG1s, but they were not a success. Well, if you don't believe me, go check out Amtrak Guy 365's Ends of Amtrak video, the E60. Also, it was beginning to show its age. Well, this one, number 4890, on display at the National Railroad Museum in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I gotta go there sometime just to. I think someday I'll go there to film that exact engine. This one, number 4939, ongoing preparation for repainting as PRR 4927 at the Illinois Railroad Museum. This one, number 4877, the last GG1 locomotive to ever be built and to be preserved. Also, it's nicknamed Big Red. It is preserved. There it is, 4877. Also, it was painted in red because of its final run. Yeah, also it's the same documentary. Clips from the song were played at intervals throughout the film. The documentary was depicted that the engine changed at South Amboy and features many onboard views. The film was released a year later. This is preserved by the United Railway Historical Society of New Jersey back in 1991. Now Star Trek, pretty funny. Pop culture. This was in the 30s. Streamline was all the rage, with cars, with see yeah, the Acadia Vogan streamlining. Also the M10000, the Zephyr. It has been films such as Broadway Limited, the Club from Science 1961. Also the Manchurian Candidate.
You haven't been wrong yet.
PC games Rail Tycoon 2, Train Fever and Transport Fever. Also Model GG1's been produced in Oriental Skill by Lionel. Now that you know the history and the technical info about the GG1, here it is in Transient Era, Amtrak number 930 with, I guess, close to an excursion train. Well, an excursion train is like a mixture of passenger cars from different railroads. Like this one, this Amtrak Dome named the Moonlight Dome. Also have some amphibious cars, an Illinois Central passenger car, a Chicago Northwestern diner car, three George Washington cars from the CNO, a Southern Streamline coach, and 3 SP coaches, a baggage car, a coach car, and a dome car. So now, let's head it out. My top speed is 103. So it's like 3 miles faster than it's the regular speed of it. So now, let's head it out. I think we're ready. Right then, off we go. I have it in its rear. Well, the rear pantograph is up because it's going forward, and the back pantograph and the front pantograph is to go backwards. I'm watching that right now. Throttle it up. All the way to 100. This is my new layout. For those of you who aren't GG1 fans, you're in luck. This one I downloaded from the download station. Also there, the wheels right there. It's about 2 miles slower than the Indian Western J-Class locomotive. Also, I think another race can be in order here. Yeah, between the GG1 and the J-Class. Because the J-Class has quick acceleration, but the GG1 has low acceleration, but it's a good thing. So I think the race can start right here and can go all the way down here. I think. Could be. Say it in the comments. Alright, it's getting close to 100. $82 miles an hour. Straight up, right there, it's swaying from side to side because it's going fast, you know. It's realistic too. Wait a second. There's San Francine right there, dude. Check it out. Yep, in Train's new era video. Oh my god. Seriously, I'm gonna so much more now. Alright, let's stop the train. So, that is one of the engines that will be showcased today. Now here's another PRR engine, the PRR S1. Not the T1, but the S1. Now USRA S1. Wait a sec. Shoot. Wait a sec. S1. Wait a sec. No, that's the RS1. PR. Shit. PRR Class S1. S1 tender. So in the back there is two Penske Keystones. It's like on the T1. It's been kind of annoying, so I'll turn it off. Now the Pure S1, nicknamed the Big Engine, was a single experimental locomotive, the longest and heaviest rugged frame reciprocating the steam locomotive ever built. A streamlined Art Deco style shell of the locomotive was designed by Raymond Loewy. Only one of these were produced. It's a 6446. So it has 6 wheels in the front, 8 driving wheels, so it's like a 686. It's just like articulated. The length of it is 140 feet long, 10 feet inches wide, and 16 feet tall. Also, the drivers were 84 inches tall. The locomotive weight is a whopping 608,170 pounds, or 276 tons. 4 cylinders. The cylinder size is 22 inches by 26 inches. This was operated by the Pennsylvania Railroad and given the number 6100. It was retired back in 1945 and scrapped in 1949. The S1 was the only locomotive built with a 6446 wheel arrangement. It was a duplex locomotive like the 4444 T1. Unlike similar looking articulate locomotive designs, the driven wheelbase of the S1 was rigged. The S1 was completed January 31st, 1939, just before the Second World War happened. And it was number 6100. Also, this was displayed on the World's Fair. And look at that thing, it's pretty big. The S1 was displayed at the Nuremberg Fair of 1939 with the lettering American Railroads rather than the Pennsylvania Railroad. As 27 Eastern Railroads has combined a 17-acre 6.89 HA exhibit. Also, the nose duplex locomotive called the N1. Also, these were experimental types, mind you, or the Q1. That's the Q1. And look at that thing. It's kind of weird though, but these were experimental types. The N1 was a 4444, just like the Q1 duplex. Also, rear cylinders to the firebrake caused problems. To reach the fair, the S1 took a circuitous route over the Long Island Railroad. Many obstacles have been removed and other obstacles were passed at the crawl to reach the fairgrounds. The driver was operated on the locomotive's own steam power. This was done by placing the S1 on a platform and rollers underneath the drive wheels. The S1 was so large that it could not negotiate track clearances most of the lines of the PRR system. Street service life was restricted to the main line between Chicago, Illinois, and Crestline, Ohio. Now the design flaws of it. So get ready. The lack of curve compatibility led the S1 not being used for intended long-distance express service. The S1 had less than half the total weight on the driving wheels, the rest being carried by the massive 6-wheel pilot lead and the trailing strut. This left the two sets of 4 duplex drivers susceptible to little slippage. And the power wheels of steam locomotives are huge into the rails and further spin the result of over speed damage. As if he opened the engine and started the truck sound without of sync. Alleged speed records. The article, well, that is the design flaws. The speed records, and an article regarding the gargantua of the rails in December 1941. This was during the attack on Pearl Harbor. Cites a speed of 133.4 miles per hour. There are other stories of the S1 reaching speeds of 140. In the German trade press and literature for 1945, there was a report of a record run of the S1, 141. And its high-speed capability was such that many have claimed that the S1 exceeded on multiple occasions the 126 mile per hour record steam locomotive speed set in 1930 by the LNER, the Mallard. The locomotive was claimed to have exceeded 156 miles per hour on the Fort Wayne to Chicago run. It was reported that the PRR received a fine for the feat. And the removal from service. A time book belonging to Pension engineman Byron Breginger from the Fort Wayne Division records a trip to Chicago on S1 engine 6100 at 8:59 a.m. on May 5th, 1946, just after the war ended. This was probably one of its last in service. The engine was scrapped in 1949. The PRR continued developing the T1 class of 444 duplex locomotives, but the locomotive model also met with limited success. Also, if I get the T1 from the trains pay from trains. Also, there's like a model in trains in the air that I think they're gonna get soon. But for now, the S1 will have to do. So now that y'all know the technical specifications, the design flaw, also here's something that you might like. The S1 also appears in GeoTracks as the Highland Scenic Line in 2004 and Roads and Victor in 2007. So yeah, that's one. I like GeoTracks, you know. So now let's head it out. Also has the nameplate General on it. Also, those chuffing sounds, that's from like MSTS or something. Going good so far. Alright. 44, 45, 47, 50, 51, 59, 60, and this guy's here at a railroad crossing. It's going good so far. 75, 76, 77. It's 80. And the other has 134 kilometers per hour. Alright, 87. On the boiler it says S1 on it. Well, it's under to 89 miles per hour, but it's still fast. It's kind of good too, you know. So that was the S1. Now let's find another locomotive to test. Let's see now. I've tested the P42DC. I tested the rail cars. I haven't tested this one yet. The Milwaukee Road F7 class, not the F7 diesel locomotive. It's a Hudson. Alright, MR F7 class. Nope. Milwaukee Road class F7. F7. So now the Milwaukee Road Class F7. The Class F7 comprised 6 100 to 105 high-speed streamlined 464 Baltic or Hudson type steam locomotives built by Alco, or the American Locomotive Company, in 1937 and 1938 to haul Milwaukee Road's high-watt express trains. Following on from the success of the road's Class A 442s, the F7 allowed the road to haul heavier trains on popular Chicago to Twin Cities routes. The fuel capacity, well, 50,000 pounds or 20 tons of coal. The water capacity was 20,000 US gallons. Well, they retired from 1949 to 1951. All of them are scrapped. The F7s are major contenders for the fastest steam locomotives ever built, as ran over 100 miles per hour daily. In January 1941, just before the U.S. entered the World War II, recorded by a report from Trains magazine, saw 110 miles an hour achieved twice, in the midst of a heavy snowstorm. Baron Gerard Vollier, French railroading expert, once recorded run between Chicago and Milwaukee, where the locomotive reached 125 miles an hour and sustained an average 120 miles per hour for 4.5 miles. However, the British locomotive LNER Class A44468 Mallard is officially accepted to be the world's fastest, with a run recorded at 126.1 miles an hour in 1938. The F7s were accepted as the fastest steam locomotives, well, not to be confused with EMD F7s, just to avoid confusion here, by a different measure, scheduled speed between stations. In 1939, shortly after they were introduced into special service, the Twin Cities Hiawatha, their schedule was modified such that the engines would need to run the 78.3 mile journey between Portage and Sparta, Wisconsin, in 58 minutes, a start-to-stop average of 81 miles per hour. The first build, number 100, was the first to be withdrawn from service on November 10th, 1949. The last one, build number 105, was the final one service when it was withdrawn August 10th, 1951. All of them were scrapped. It's the same whistle from the C&J Blue Comets. So now, in Train Simulator, you don't have to worry about scrapping or nothing like that. You can run it. So let's set up. It's gonna be a slow start, but it can catch up apparently. Also, this part, we say, well, this is, well, it's not part of the Class A locomotives, but this is just another class of locomotives. Alright, 60 miles an hour, still going. It's a 464. Alright, it's 23 miles an hour. I bet, seriously, I bet my dad would love this. Yeah, I bet my dad would love this. Alright, 31 miles an hour, it's still gaining speed. Alright, it's almost at 39, 40 miles an hour, still going. Fifty miles per hour. Almost to about, could be about 100. $63. And you can see a trackside. Here it comes. There he goes, dudes. You saw it, trackside. Got a few birds now. I'll be right back. Take a short commercial break. I'll be right back. We'll be right back. Well, I got to feed the birds now. There's Sean. I think they're out. I like this sweatshirt. Yep. So, where was I? So, I'm back. Yeah, plus I'm wearing my old sweatshirt. I never got on this, dude. Alright, so, now, here we go. 82, 83. Alright, almost to 100. 84. Come on, give me a few more. 86. 87. 88. 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, come on, 100, yeah! Now we've got 101, still going. 103, 104 is faster than the GG1, 105, now it's faster than the Indian Western J-Class locomotive, 107, it's not faster than the Shinkansen though, but it's much faster than the GG, 110. 111, so the top speed of it is 111 miles an hour. That was a fast locomotive right there, my dudes. So now, this is, let's see now, what else is there to review? Let's see. I also think I'll be doing like a mailbag money kind of thing right there. That's my package from Dad. So I'll do like about 6:30ish or something because I'm gonna charge my camera. So this is the last locomotive that I'm going to review for this video. It's the S2. S2. See, Alco, I think it's an Alco S2, I think. Now the S2 and the S4. The S2 and S4 were 1,000 horsepower diesel electric switches produced by Alco and Canadian licensee MLW, or Montreal Locomotive Works. Basically, the two locomotives differ only in trucks. The S2 using Alco owns blunt trucks and S4 riding on standard AAR type A-switcher trucks. Both are powered by an Alco 539 turbocharged 6-cylinder diesel engines. The S2 was built between August 1940 and June 1950 with a total of 1,502 completed, while the S4 was constructed between 1949 and 1957. MLW until 1957 as well too, with total sales of 797. Canadian production of the S4 started a month and a year before the US production of the S4. Alco didn't start building the S4 until August of 1950. Before a modified version of the S7 was built by MLW, only 29 were built. So there, all the information right there. Has an Alco 539T prime mover. The engine type was an inline-six 4-stroke diesel engine. Also has a turbocharger. The generator was a GE GT 553A and 4 GE 731 traction motors. The S2 and S4 were distinguishable extremely from the very similar S1 and S3. 660 horsepower switching that will have longer exhaust stack with an oblong base and large radiator shutter area on the nose sides. So there, that's the shutter right there on the nose. Tolerance wide. While the S2 and S4 radiator area was wider, the larger stack due to turbocharging. The carbureting cable of late S2s are nearly indistinguishable due to turbocharging. Those S4s. Hence, a truck swap can cause many to misidentify a unit. Also, right there's some preservations. A tour/freight railroad. I'll save that for later. I think I'll show you in a future episode about the preservation and about the preservation of these S2s. Now let's test it. I'll just couple up to. I think I can couple up to about 4 or 5 boxcars. Sound the horn. And that's the large stack. It's due to turbocharging. There's the light. Also, I like the sounds that they give off. Still going at 2 miles an hour, but still. Check it out. Number 9019. So thank y'all for watching. Subscribe for more vlogs. Like and comment and turn on that notifications bell. Keep being awesome. Be sure to give me a follow on Twitter at Andy Eichman. Give me a follow on Uncle Plus as well. Thank y'all for watching. See you guys next time. Peace out, my dudes.